Hey everybody, Brandon Jones here, Kyle Bossman here, Pokemon here. What else do you need?
This is the last episode, right? Episode 9.
Yeah,
Here we go.
We're gonna battle. No, we're not. Here's So everybody watching this, I don't know when this is going up. This could possibly be going up later than Sunday. This is Tuesday night. I'm going into Comic-Con. I might either totally have time to finish it this week. A hotel internet might be really nice to me, and I can FTP that right up, or just upload that right up to YouTube.
Sure.
Or not. We'll get this to you as fast as we possibly can. Because we are recording this tonight, there is a lot to talk about. And this is episode 9, and I do love the nice round 10. I actually believe I was quoted at earlier Brandon Plays Pokemon episodes as saying, it'd be great if we went to 10. Like, I see 10 really framing the whole thing. Cool. I got super nervous. When I came back without a badge one time, I was like, oh no, we're not going to make 10. But if we do, if we cover the end of the game now, and then next week, I basically have Comic-Con. I need a good 3DS game whenever I go to Comic-Con. That train ride down, like, all right, let me spend a good hour. Shovel Knight was that game 2 years ago. It's perfect. So if I have a little bit of extra time, really kind of sort out my party, really figure out, really like stare at that grid and be like, okay, grass first, okay.
Yeah.
And really give it my all. So when you beat me, I don't feel too bad.
Sure.
Then next, the final episode will be not only the battle. Huber also forgot to bring his camera tonight, which I want to get 3 cameras on this.
He wants to make a production.
So I really got to hound Huber to bring that camera next week.
Yes.
I would like to look back on the entire experience, kind of gather what you think about what I did finishing up this game, leading up to the end credits of Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
And then just kind of look back and think, okay, now that we're done, Team Rocket, what? I mean, we'll get into that a little bit tonight, but like, what are my final questions on this world of Pokemon that have not been answered by Pokemon Go before I jump into Sun and Moon later in the year, and we figure all of that out.
Yeah.
Do we miss anything? Are there any corrections? I do want to mention a name that we have mentioned before, Mr. Hisham Shoblock. I hope I'm pronouncing his name. If not, I've mispronounced it many, many times. Who gave us this beautiful Mega Charizard, but then didn't realize he was giving me a Mega Charizard and not just a regular Charizard. Is doubling down, tripling, quadrupling down even, and has gotten me. It's all Japanese letters. I don't even know. This is a set. This is a hardcore set. Kind of like, model style. You got the little pieces inside the plastic grid. You got sheets of plastic grid inside with nothing but Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard pieces that you use to piece together all 3 of those forms. I don't know if they can exist separately, but there's like a transformer where you use the pieces of the 2 smaller ones to make the bigger one. This is a project,
Jones
basically.
doesn't know what's going to come in this box.
I have homework to do.
Yeah.
But this is amazing. This is really, really great. It's so funny. We were talking about Pokemon Go, of course, every minute of every day now. And I have like 2 Charmanders. Like Charmander just doesn't like me in Pokemon Go. I'm like, oh no, I got to go Growlithe for my fire Pokemon. Oh well.
Dang.
Which is now Arcanine, but that's a whole nother.
Whoa.
That's a whole nother topic.
Man.
No, that was a big deal when I finally got that 50th Growlithe and could.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, crazy evolutions happening in there.
Nice.
But that's a whole nother game in its entirety.
We're talking about Pokemon Red.
For those of you being like, what on earth is this bizarre show that I just stumbled upon?
Yeah.
This is my first time playing Pokemon Red. I have now beaten Pokemon Red. Done.
Your first time playing any Pokemon
First
game.
time playing any Pokemon game ever. It is in the history books. I am now officially a Pokemon game player. I did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did it. I got ending credits.
Yeah.
I'm so damn excited. But when we last saw Brandon in the world of Pokemon, I didn't know where that last gym was.
I loved that moment,
and it was
Jones.
staring at me. I was in the town.
Yeah.
It was right there. So my first note in my journal this week, let's get that badge. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go get that badge.
So what town did we go to?
We are going to not Pallet Town,
City.
Viridian City?
Yep.
Viridian City. Ground type gym.
So did you talk to the guy with the glasses to figure that out?
When I come in, he's like, this is gonna be ground type. Pretty straightforward as far as gym layouts are concerned. I believe I didn't write anything down. Pretty straightforward gym. I said I didn't think. It was like going through the gym.
It's nasty, man. It's got those stupid. They were in the Team Rocket base, the little platforms that push you and you can't stop.
But they're pretty straightforward.
That's not straightforward. That's nasty. Who wants to deal with that?
They're always like 2 right next to each other, and to me it was real clear. Like, okay, not that one.
Okay. But the thing is, you want to pick the wrong one because that one leads to a fight with somebody from the gym.
Yeah, maybe I missed some people. Maybe I was just hustling.
So when you go, you don't even care if you miss people.
Maybe I really. I don't think I noticed. No, because trainers there's a lot of money there. There's tons of XP there.
Yeah.
Yeah, trainers are awesome. Yeah, if I want to, if maybe want to get some more XP.
I like there's a lot of variety in that gym in terms of who you're fighting. They're all cool trainers, and
sure,
they're different things. They're different types of people.
Lots of cool trainers coming up.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting into the Pokemon Elite.
Yeah.
Here's where you've all been this whole time. My people, my kin.
Cool trainers.
I'm going to whoop your ass. The leader's identity is a mystery.
Yes.
Still, when I get in there. Pretty straightforward gym until I get to the final gym leader.
Yes.
Who I've already fought and beat. Giovanni.
Jones, you called this 2 episodes ago.
Kyle, this is the worst moment of my entire game playing experience.
No, how cool is that? Giovanni is the 8th gym leader.
Why?
What do you mean why?
What do I mean why? What are you doing here? You escaped in a puff of smoke and then just waltzed over to this gym and waited for me? Like you escaped and I clearly beat you. And then you like show up again. You don't even have 6 Pokemon, you got 5. I think I might have forgotten one. Oh, you know what? You had 6 when I fought you later and I didn't write them all down. I missed one actually.
Right.
That's so bad. Or I might have remembered it. Or he might have had 6. I might have forgotten one of his. He might have had 6. Rock is the... Rock, you all right? You okay?
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
What do you need? Do we need to break? What's going on, Kyle?
Yeah, I gotta get your badge out of my car. If you get this badge. We'll keep the story going.
We'll do a smash cut right now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I only put out one Pokemon, Rock, my Articuno. Cleaned out his entire library.
with Ice Beam?
With Ice Beam.
Nice.
Sit down. One shot.
Hit, one
every
hit,
single one
hit,
of you.
One hit.
Give me that badge. Get out of here.
So you one-shot Giovanni's whole team.
With one Pokemon. With a Pokemon I'm not that familiar with.
Articuno's
With a Pokemon
great.
that doesn't even have 4 abilities, I think. I think Ice Beam was just ability number 2. I was like, sure, Rock, let's see if we can do this. And I was like, well, I mean, why am I going to take you out if you can Ice Beam 10 times and one shot's going to take out all of his guys?
Yeah.
He had no finesse. This was not a sequel to the first time I fought him at all. You know what I mean? Like, there was no, I really have to learn my final lesson here. And in without a doubt, no question, the dumbest plot thing that has happened in this entire game. When this kid beats him, when I go into his base, when I break into his building and kick his ass there, that's not enough. When I break into the corporation that he's trying to take over and go in and not only take out his own men, but scientists that he has also converted over to Team Rocket, wipe all of them out, kick down the door Batman style while he's having backdoor shady deals with this corporate guy. He's so scared he runs away. He doesn't even fight me that time, and I gotta fight somebody else. Or do I fight the boss? No, I fight Giovanni second time. Have I fought him twice?
Yeah.
And then the third time, the penultimate fight with this guy is just in some normal gym, and he's just waiting there. He's been there the entire time. This guy's been a gym leader. Like, the guys, like, people roll into some town and, like, everyone's Saffron and everybody freaks out about, oh, that town's just taken over. And he's the freaking gym leader and no one's sweating it in this town. It's, like, not a big deal. It's like, oh, yeah, the head of Team Rocket runs that gym. Like, that's a mystery. Like, it was just a whirlwind of nonsense. I mean, there's just nothing. Oh, well, that's what you were going to do. Well, you kind of missed the mark. I don't even know what they were trying to do there. I don't even know. And then, quote, Team Rocket is finished forever, which of course is a lie, you know, like, and I guess he's lying to me. I guess that's why, or like maybe they didn't.
I believe in his heart he believes at that moment.
Okay. Did Game Freak maybe or Nintendo believe that too, where they were like, yeah, maybe we'll throw in another like bad guy in the next one, and then they were like, well, they really like Team Rocket on that TV show we're doing. Maybe we'll just keep Team Rocket.
I know everyone really wants you to play Gold and Silver. I'm gonna give you a spoiler.
Which I'm sympathetic to. I apologize that I'm not.
I'm
Like I know I say I'm not, and people are still like, please.
They move on without Giovanni.
Okay.
Giovanni's done. He means what he says, but Team Rocket moves on without him.
Does he come back later? Are you like going to, it'd be so good. Wouldn't it be great if you went, if you're like in like a Bill situation where you're up in like the side of some mountain in some cottage somewhere or something, and he's just like, hey, how you doing? And you're like, oh, hey, whatever, and you move on. And some guy's like, no, that's Giovanni. Like, go over to the shelf and read it. He's got a note, and you're like, oh, you know, but he doesn't say it. You don't know who he is because you're a new character. I'm like,
nah, he's gone.
Kyle, if I sat with a pen and paper for hours and tried to think of a worst way to wrap up Team Rocket, this surprisingly compelling narrative in this kids RPG from 20 years ago, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Other than like, no, just put him in a gym, put him in another building that you've already been in, have him be super easy, and then he gives up.
Well, he's not meant to be super
on behalf
easy.
of the entire. He's like, no, I'm gonna tell them all, stop. And stuff changes actually. Like Rocket takes off. Like there are places where Rocket's at, they're gone after you beat him. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, normally where there are people.
But I went to
walking
other
around the
areas and was
streets?
like, oh man, they're not even here anymore.
Cool.
Like they're just see ya.
Yeah.
Team Rocket's over. Good, you really one-upped us by doing that thing we knew you were planning on doing.
You proved to them the value of Pokemon.
I don't feel I did. I don't feel that message was conveyed at all.
So it goes back to.
I don't think gym leaders are good Pokemon trainers.
Yeah. It goes back to that
I don't
problem.
understand this. I don't understand because to me, and we'll get into this a little bit later too. Because now I'm moving on again. Now this builds up my hope for when I'm moving on. I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot more to the lighter part of this game that I thought there was going to be.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. I'm about to get my ass kicked. Not so much. But what really frustrated me was that like clearly. I'm stressed out because I'm about to have a battle with you next week where I'm going to try to figure out, do I really understand these elemental properties? Have I really picked the better Pokemon in this game? Like, I'm tempted to just have all my legendary birds because they're super awesome, but that doesn't make sense because they're all bird types. So maybe I don't know if are they bird flying type?
I think they're all partially flying.
They're all partially flying, so maybe there's some weaknesses there that would be just like rampant throughout my group if they were all flying or they all had like half flying or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could nod or shake your head and I wouldn't believe you either way.
Do you want this Earth badge or not?
Give it to me.
You got an Earth badge, man. You got your eighth badge.
Is this a piece of broccoli? Oh, it's a little leaf.
Yeah. You should feel proud of that.
I am proud. I'm just dissatisfied with the way the story wrapped up.
Okay.
I am. Of course, I'm proud. Like that was. I'm not proud. I didn't know how to get into that gym or that gym that I hadn't beaten that gym. I wasn't proud of that. So maybe that's a part of it too. I was ashamed of myself. It felt dirty with the win. Didn't even change Pokemon. But that's the thing is that like. I feel that there's such an obvious next level of Pokemon where it's like, okay, now that you understand all of the different types, you can't just go in with one type. Like you gotta change it up. Now there's types that are two different types. This is ground and rock. No one ever mentions that.
Yeah.
I see no trainer imploring that. I see no one, employing that. I see nobody suggesting different strategies. I thought I was gonna get to Giovanni, and it was like, oh my god, ice, fire, ground, flying. Like, wow, look at it. It's just like, nope.
No, only I do that.
It turns out the head of Team Rocket actually just kind of digs ground. You know what I mean, man? Like,
Yeah.
And I not for 8 episodes now communicated how into this I am? Mm-hmm. And just
Yeah.
But it's fine. We're still we are 6 sentences in.
Because you didn't get
to this
credits
episode.
there. You didn't get credits when you got that 8th badge.
I did get TM27 Fisher.
Ooh, I like that one.
Which is described as a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. You have a 20% chance of a one-hit knockout.
Ooh.
And there's actually Horn Drill does the same thing.
Okay.
I trashed Horn Drill last week or
Which
whatever.
could be fun in leveling, but in battles, I don't know, that's rolling the dice there.
Oh, yeah.
With that 20%. I don't know. I don't think that 20% would work out for me.
I think there's one other called Guillotine. So there's 3 one-hit knockout
that's a
attacks.
new one on me.
Yeah.
I've not heard of Guillotine yet. Okay. So, there's one thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is. I've wanted to know what it is.
You've already went there.
I do believe, does Giovanni tell me about it too? Is he's like, you know where you need to go now?
Yeah, I think he does.
You gotta go Pokemon League.
Yep.
So let's do it. There's other things that I know I need to do, but I at least just want to see what's up there. I mean,
What
come
you
on.
know you have to do?
I gotta. I think there's a couple things maybe I want to evolve. There's a couple of couple Pokemon I didn't catch in some places that maybe I could go back in and get some stuff. Like, I think I have like 60 Pokemon. I mean, certainly I have. There's got to be some other ones in this game that I haven't got.
Yeah. You have
so
all of them in the game. Like you
there's
never.
some digging. There's some scraping I can do. I don't know if I will. I'll probably really just focus on my team or who I'm gonna have to fight you next week.
EXP All is the highest reward the game will give you for catching Pokemon. Like, there's not really an incentive to beyond getting that certificate for getting 150.
So I don't know if I'm gonna do this whole Pokemon thing league right now, but I gotta get in there. I gotta see I gotta just open up that door to the last room and
Yeah, and see
I'll be back.
Cool. So what happened? So
here we go.
You went through the checks, and then this time you passed the 8th check.
I passed that 8th check.
And then what did you expect to see through that door? What do you expect the Pokemon League to look like?
I have a favorite episode moment. One of my favorite sketches they've ever done on Saturday Night Live. And I believe they've done sequels to it since. But they have a thing called the 4-Timer Club or the 5-Timer Club, which is if you the 5-Timer Club.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was the first time they did it. Elliot Gould was in the sketch, so it probably was the first time they did it because he was a really infamous early Saturday Night Live. A lot of people were like, who?
Yeah.
But Tom Hanks was in the sketch. Steve Martin was in the sketch.
Yeah.
Martin Short was in the sketch.
It was Steve Martin welcoming Tom Hanks into the
Tom Hanks was he was there. He was 5 times, and he's like, "Can I call you Mr. Can I call you Steve?" And he's like, "Haha, no, you may call me Mr. Steve Martin."
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be the 5-Timers Club. I thought it was gonna.
Nice.
I thought I was gonna walk in and like people were gonna be sipping cognac. Oh, welcome. I see you've got all 8 badges.
Yeah.
You're on Easy Street now. No. Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
welcome to Mad Max. Welcome to Victory Road.
Yeah, John. I remember being so confused by it being called Victory Road because I thought, oh, Victory Road, that's got to be pretty cool.
It's gonna be like Rainbow Road. It's gonna be like
Uh-huh.
like nope.
It's a crazy dungeon.
It is the second hardest damn thing you will do in this game.
Yeah.
Is trying to get through this. Intimidating. Lots of crazy backwards tunnels going weird ways. I'm sure I missed a couple TMs in there. I might have missed a trainer or two or something. Definitely eager to just get me through this.
Yeah.
Went into this, went out, and went back in several times. Not only because like it was tricky and I had to like go and maybe get a couple more items that I wasn't getting or just buy some more potions or just get back, find a Poke Center and stuff, but just do I want to do this right now? Like this is a big investment. Like am I done? Because I feel once I get through this, I'm done. Like I'm not like once I get credits, I don't really know if I'm gonna get credits, fight Kyle, talk about the last things. Like I don't know if I'm gonna want to go get the last like 5 Pokemon or whatever they're in this game. Like Safari Zone again. So I'm really thinking, like, is this it? And I have a lot of time. I had more time to play this game this week than I have a lot of the weeks that we've been doing this, especially since E3. And so I'm like, do I want to take time to do extra stuff, or do I just, come on, Jones, just wrap this up?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay. So this introduces switches for the first time. Do the puzzles actually trick you, or are you pretty good with these?
I'll tell you what this introduces.
Huh.
This introduces Kyle Bossman.
I'm in Victory Road?
Before I even get there.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, what's up? I think somebody in some area actually mentioned you by name. They were like, oh, Kyle went through here already. I was like,
cool.
oh, Kyle. So I go in, there you are. You're ready to throw down.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you got all 8 badges. Let's do this.
Let's warm up. Yeah.
And you offer up a Pidgeot,
Yeah.
a Rhyhorn, a Growlithe,
Yep.
an Execute,
Yes.
an Alakazam, and a Blastoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's a Growlithe, it's not an Arcanine.
Not impressed.
It's a Rhyhorn, it's not a... Oh no, Rhydon is the Rhyhorn is the evolution.
Yeah, Rhyhorn, he's got...
It's a Pidgeot, I guess that's cool. Blastoise, is the Blastoise the... Yeah, Blastoise is the last evolution.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I guess it's a pretty... There's a lot of different people. I guess this is basically what I'm looking for right here, It's like... but just, the level... It's just unfortunate that I was over leveled. I didn't even write down when I fought you with. Yeah, I don't think...
Didn't matter, yeah.
I don't think that was an issue.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, I wasn't expecting that. You just kind of surprised me when you pop up. I'm like, I should have known you were there. And then, wow, Victory Road Gate, there's an actual area back there. So, oh no, never mind. Yeah, so this is one of the first times I leave. So I get in there and I'm like, whoa, this is substantial.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do a couple things.
Okay.
Let me just go do a couple things. I'm missing that Ditto. Let me go get that Ditto. While I'm in Victory Road, no room left to store items?
You filled up your own box.
I filled up my PC with items. I went to put items in there and was like...
I've never had that happen.
Whoa. I guess I'm not using stuff. I guess when I get like a max repel or something, I'd always store it.
Yeah.
But
are you selling your nuggets?
I'm not selling anything. So yeah, so I like sold some stuff that I didn't need. I took some items into Victory Road that I've been saving up for a very long time. But I head back out to do one last thing before I'm not like, oh no, Jones is gonna run around the world now. Just got the Ditto. Named it Doppler for Doppelganger.
Ooh, nice. Doppler.
And so yeah, okay, so I'm back in Victory Road. That was short.
Yeah.
Back in Victory Road. Good place to level up Cleo. Cleo's one of my lower level Pokemon right now.
Very effective against most of those enemies.
And like this is good in that area. Cleo's got ice, so like there's even at like late 20s, early 30s, like Cleo can mess some stuff up in here.
Yeah.
We got boulders and pressure plates.
Yeah.
Classic. This is just classic video games. It's like up, got to move that over there. Reminds me of early Game Boy games, a lot of puzzle games I played in the early Game Boy, where it was just like, oh, I gotta get it in there, but I gotta get to the left of it to push it that way. So I gotta get it around that thing first, and then get up above it, and then.
You ever played Mole Madness?
No.
Okay.
There was like an early Game Boy game called like Quirk or something. You kind of look like the 7-Up dot.
Whoa.
There was a little guy, and it was basically that. It was this dungeon over and over and over and over and over again. It was just like, if you push that there, now that's blocked. Or, like those kind of puzzles.
Yeah. I like those.
So I even wrote down just classic. I was like, okay, I liked it where you're not. It's not like a gauntlet of all the different mechanics or something. It's pretty straightforward, especially considering there's a lot of ground types in there. I meet my first trainer, throws out a Persian.
Yeah.
Never seen a Persian before.
Have you seen a Meowth before?
I have not seen a Meowth in this game.
Oh,
I've seen a Meowth in a trainer, but I have not seen a Meowth in the wild.
You have Pokemon Red. Only Pokemon Blue players will ever see a Meowth or
Bummer.
Persian.
Meowth's pretty cool. Meowth's popular.
Popular. Persian, I think, is pretty lame though. I wanted Meowth to turn into something cooler. I think.
Just style-wise was interesting. Was also very specifically an animal. I mean, you don't see that a lot. I think like Rhyhorn's an example too of something that was like, oh, that's a rhinoceros, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's not too far from that.
Meowth on the show speaks.
Yes.
It's hard for imagine him to evolve and then still speak as a Persian. I just can't see it.
And we don't want to get into that logic because that's the show.
Yeah,
that's on its own.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not canon.
I'm going across a platform and I look above me and I see what I think is another one of those legendary birds. I see a bird just hanging, hanging, but I can't get there.
Yeah. That's
and they
intentional.
teased it earlier.
I like that.
That's like Zelda style. We're like, oh, I see it. So I can't get to that. Talk to an NPC. So you wish to challenge the Elite Four? I guess I do.
Yeah.
I want to beat this game, and if I got to beat this game,
4.
I'm gonna go kick some Elite Four ass. I get TM05 Mega Kick. Right. I get TM17 Submission. Sounds like something Hubert would like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about these moves. These
All right.
TMs.
I'm not TM hungry.
Yeah.
I'm not starving for TMs right now. I meet a juggler on Victory Road
I hate fighting jugglers.
who only has Mr. Mime.
Yep.
One Pokemon, just one.
Oh, okay.
All he's got for me is Mr. Mime.
Oh, it's so weird.
A troll on Victory Road.
Yeah, that's really, really funny.
I mean, what? I mean, that's got to be. They're snickering.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, I only put Mr. Mime there. Like, ha ha ha. Like, of course. Executor. Creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy looking.
Yeah. Do you remember we talked about what those eggs could possibly evolve into? Who would have thought a weird palm tree with 2 legs that the eggs become the coconuts of? There's no way you could have guessed that.
Coconuts. I think coconuts. I think is where we're going with this.
Yeah.
And then just all sorts of crazy things happening right now. Kingler.
Yes, Kingler is such a cool guy.
Graveler, who I unfortunately discovered in Pokemon Go because I got lots of Geodudes and leveled them up.
Yeah.
And discovered Graveler.
Yeah.
Victory Bell. Crazy Pokemon coming at me.
Victory Bell.
These endgame Pokemon, loving it. Very gratifying. Getting to the end there and seeing them. But these are all trainers. Am I catching any of these? Just throwing out all sorts of crazy things.
Victory Bell you can't have again.
So I don't have a lot of potions. I'm out of balls. I think I'm like trying to catch things. They're not working out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I luckily have one escape rope. I don't have either my Diglett or my Dugtrio with me, but I do have one escape rope. I use it. I go to Fuchsia City.
That is the last Poke Center you healed at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got
it. Bummer.
I learned that all the way at the end of the game, that little mechanic.
Yeah.
But I guess it never came into play because I was always just right there.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a world traveler now, but I thought that was bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, whoa,
Just means you haven't healed in a while.
Did I go in some
guess.
underground place and wind up there? But I get what I need in Fuchsia City, maybe stop by in other places. I go in, and then I find that bird, and I catch that bird named Moltres.
Yeah.
Are you surprised? I didn't have a problem with the other 2 bird battles.
I'm shocked, man. I am still surprised. They're
There's not-
so hard to catch. How many Pokeballs did it take?
I don't have a name for Moltres, unfortunately. I don't know what I named Moltres. I'll add it later if I remembered in a little description of why I named it that. I don't even remember what Moltres was like. I'm sorry. I don't know what the heck's wrong with me.
All right, so
I'm just determined to get through.
like molten lava. Like what
Victory
Trey
Road.
says in Uno Dos.
Oh, so
Tres.
it's the fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, just Ice Beam, dude. It's probably just ice.
It's definitely the ugliest of the legendary birds.
Okay.
I mean, that's your thing though. That's Team Valor.
Yeah.
Is Moltres, yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Because it's the legendary bird. It's the legendary.
Yeah.
Tree. Okay. Well, there we go. Got Moltres. Sorry
Okay.
that's anticlimactic.
Jones, I cannot believe that.
Yeah,
Those are supposed to be tricky battles where you're trying to balance how much damage you do to it, and then you put it to sleep, and then you throw 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 Ultra Balls at it, and you're...
Oh, I know what I named Moltres.
What?
Phoenix. It's
Oh,
a Firebird.
Yeah.
Tempted to name it Fox, because that's from Harry Potter, but just straight up Phoenix.
Fawks. Fox. Or is there an E in there?
Fawkes, I believe.
K-E-S, yeah.
Fox.
Fox.
Fox the Phoenix. Something happened to your bird, Mr. Dumbledore.
He died, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Then I get to the Indigo Plateau,
Yeah.
where I can fast travel to now, right? Can I fly up there? Mm-hmm. The ultimate goal of trainers. Here we are.
Yes.
I've made it.
Yes.
Pokemon League HQ.
Yeah. Here's the 5 Timers Club.
Here's the Five Timers Club. The first guy I get in tells me I have to fight the Elite Four in succession. Mm-hmm. If you lose on trainer number 3, you go back to trainer number 1.
Yeah.
Please give me a challenge game. Please.
Please.
Bring it.
Hurt Jones.
And one thing that I dig is this early area. It's not quite the HQ I wanted. I love going into buildings and seeing like people sitting around a table who are like, "Hey, look at my bird Pokemon." Like,
Yeah.
I would have liked a little bit of that.
I got you.
Maybe a room, like you were saying, of them sitting around sipping cognac and
Yeah.
smoking big fat cigars and just reveling in their Pokemon prowess.
And how far they got into Elite Four. Just like, yeah, I beat the first 2. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
good.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
it's like the sommelier test. They're like, I think in 6 months I'll go back and try it again.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I want that now.
I like that the buildings are put together. So it's a store and a Poke Center
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
They're like in the same building. I was like,
feels
well, at
like a
least
big
you
deal.
did that.
Yeah.
At least this is clearly a different structure. This is clearly where the pros hang out. I got 4 of these guys to get through. Let's do it.
Wow, here we go.
I go.
Tell me about your prep. Before you walk through that door, you're fighting them all in succession. What do you prep?
I prep. I basically now I'm thinking. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, what's my party?
Yeah.
What's different enough? What do I feel? If I had to level up people, like what? And one of the things that was unfortunate is I do have 2 members of my party that are not super high level. So I'm bringing them out for a very specific purpose. But I bring in, which is my current team, which I think is, at the end of the day, the Pokemon that I like the most, which is my Charizard Johnny,
Great.
my Raichu Sparky,
Yes.
my Gloom Toxie, who's not super great in battle, but I love having around just in case awesome Pokemon come up. Kind of like Diglett. I'll swap Gloom out for a Diglett. My Articuno, Rock.
Yes.
My Machop, Jean-Claude. My Machoke.
He's a Machamp now.
My Machamp,
He's got 4 arms, baby.
Jean-Claude, correction.
Yeah.
And my Gyarados, Cleo.
Cool.
That's my group. I got 2 Ice Beams in that crew.
That ain't bad, especially considering where you're about to fight.
And that crew just completely annihilates the Elite Four.
You got an answer for everything right
I really don't have a problem with them. I think maybe, by the time I get to the end, I might have like a little bit of issues, but my 2 strongest people are Lightning and Fire, and like the last couple people I don't necessarily have a problem with. Lorelei is my beginning. She throws out Dugong, Cloyster, Slowbro, Jinx,
Hold on, did you skip Bruno?
and Lapras. No, Bruno's number 2.
Bruno's number 2.
Bruno's number 2. Lorelei is number 1.
There's number 1 guy.
Dugong,
Okay.
Cloyster, Slowbro, Jinx, and Lapras.
Yep.
So this is water.
It's supposed to be Ice, Jones.
Water and ice? Okay.
But that's the dumb thing is that most of them are water and weak to things that water are weak to.
Like my Raichu.
Yeah.
Who did not have a problem
Who
with
just wipes the
Lorelei.
whole team. Oh, it makes me so mad.
But good times.
Yep.
Bruno
Yeah.
has an Onix, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, another Onix, and Machamp.
Cool team.
Yeah, I think this might have been a back and forth between Rock and Johnny.
Sure.
I think Rock handled the Ice Beam on the Onyxes, and I think Johnny was just like,
He's
"Come-
just your
fighting
all-around guy."
type, come at me, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
you know."
yeah.
It's like, I got you that a little bit. And Agatha is next. Agatha has Gengar. Whoa. Golbat, Haunter, Arbok, and another Gengar.
What I like about Agatha is she talks about Professor Oak.
Oh, okay.
They had some history together.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they used to be trainers together. And then she calls him an old duff.
Wow.
Yeah.
don't have any respect for that.
You
I
were
don't know.
mashing A at that point.
I was just well. That's the other thing too. Is I'm like, wow, this is a lot. There's a lot more here. I thought I was gonna go in a building and just do a thing and be done.
Sure,
so like, I don't know how much is left.
Yeah.
So yeah, these notes aren't the best notes. I apologize. But yeah, I just when I don't have a problem with something, it's hard to like.
What do you use against those ghosts? When you see a ghost, you're like, what do I use against this?
Probably just Johnny.
Johnny's good. Just do flamethrower or something. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea.
I also got that. Oh, I also got the. What is it? I don't know if it's Fire Strike or it's. What's the.
Flame Blast?
I just have. It's not Fire Spin. I just have 5 of them. I think it's Fire Blast or something. I got it. Was given to me by the fire gym leader as the greatest fire ability.
It's got like 5 points to it, and
it's like a star of flame.
Yeah.
That has never missed.
Yeah. Whoa, man.
Ever.
That's just dumb luck. That ain't right.
So yeah, I'm pretty confident with that. So it might have just been
cool.
5 Pokemon, 5 Fire Blasts.
Nice.
Thanks for playing. Then Lance.
Do you use ethers then?
To
fill up your PPs.
Eventually, I used a lot. Get it later on when I get into
okay.
Or when I was on my way up here.
But during Elite Four, you're not that stuck. You're just doing. Okay. So Lance. The path to Lance, I really like the zigzags that you go through. It's like a weird long path that you take to get to Lance.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because it's the build up definitely for like this is the last.
It's controlling your character through that too. You kind of press forward.
Oh, that's right. It was a huge big thing. Yeah. I think it does every time. When you beat them, it's like okay, now you're moving into the next room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so interesting. It was definitely different fighting these 4 people in succession.
Yeah. So it's
weird.
Lance has dragons.
Lance has Gyarados, Dragon Air.
Yep.
Which is a weird name for Pokemon. Dragon Air.
Yeah, it's a weird name. You're right.
Another Dragon Air.
Yeah.
Aerodactyl and Dragonite.
Yeah. Pokemon Red and Blue have 3 dragon types. Kind of like how it has 3 ghost types, and they all just evolve from each other. It makes me so mad.
I think Sparky might have slapped these guys around.
Ooh, okay, because they're partially
Sparky would have been good on Gyarados, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And good on Aerodactyl, I imagine. Mm-hmm.
Though Aerodactyl might be part rock? I don't know.
Okay.
Ice is really good against dragons. So your ice beams would have crushed the Dragonairs and Dragonite.
Oh, okay.
But looks like you didn't. Sounds like you didn't need it.
I didn't need it. Yeah, and then I go.
So you're
beat
champion.
the Elite Four.
You beat the Elite Four. You're champion now.
Well, almost.
Why not?
Well, apparently, I wasn't the first person to come in and fight the Elite Four.
And you know exactly what happened at that point, right?
So a long time ago, you asked me how I thought this game would end, and I guessed that. What if there's some super powerful Pokemon that I have to tame or I have to defeat? There's some monster out there that's terrorizing the land. I was partially right. But that monster was you, Kyle.
Oh my god. Okay.
You were the one going around spreading, nothing but, hate and anger and distrust into the Pokemon world. And I had to set you straight.
Yeah.
And it was me and my team versus you. Oh, this is the one that I think I missed one. I think you had 6, but I only wrote down 5. The 5 that I did write down were Pidgeot, Rhydon, Arcanine, Executor, and your Blastoise.
I think Alakazam is still on the team.
Your Alakazam was still on the team.
Yep.
Your Blastoise
Whoa.
took Johnny out.
Yes! Finally! Smack that smirk off Johnny's face.
I brought Johnny in like, okay, and Blastoise
Hydro
was
pump?
like, sit down.
Did he hydro pump you?
I don't know what it was.
Oh, okay.
But it was quick. It was decisive.
Wow.
And it was brutal.
Ouch.
I still whooped you pretty good, but I kudos, man.
Yeah.
So
then you're probably like, okay, Sparky, get in here. Okay, my bad. Sparky, get in here. Yeah.
Just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sparky cleaned up. Especially he was the last one. So I think his health was already, down a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay, all right, because that's what I want.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
Thank you, real life Kyle and video game Kyle, for giving me those checks and balances that I got a little bit at the beginning of this game, and then I pretty much just washed away.
Yeah.
And then now that I have defeated the current standing Pokemon champion, now I am the Pokemon champion.
Yeah.
But you are the second most Pokemon champion. You're the previous Pokemon champion. I think that anyone that ever held that was ever a Pokemon champion, that's incredible.
This part bums me out. My grandpa comes over. He heard I won. He's on his way over. He's like, hey, man, how you doing?
That's right. But now I come and I see you lost?
Yeah.
not that you possibly had disrespected this guy, heard rumors that you weren't being nice or anything. You win this championship, you win my affection, Kyle. This is why you are the person that you are.
Yeah.
You know, you got the heat coming from Grandpa.
Yeah.
Who I haven't met. I mean, he's always in a Pallet Town, right?
Who? Professor Oak?
Professor Oak. Oh, it's Oak that comes in. That's right. Yeah,
Oak
okay.
is Gary's.
That's right. That's right.
Kyle's grandfather.
Yeah, Oak's.
And next of kin, I mean, I have my sister, but there's no parents living in that house.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kyle. You had a bad upbringing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess there's nothing really to be done about that.
He said he's disappointed in me. He says he looks at you and is just like, oh, well, Jones, you do this right. You do this the right way.
I wonder if that was done, to kind of make it a little bit deeper, to kind of make you feel a sense of like, oh, I don't want to be your rival. Like, I feel bad for you, like the game kind of told me to be your enemy, but like now that I think about it, like, this wasn't really competitive for me until it was kind of thrown on me. But like, you probably knew a lot more about Pokemon a lot earlier than I did, and you grew up with this, and you see me, actually just saw Gladiator today, it's just like same kind of story. It was just like, why not me, Dad? Why not me? Or I wonder if they were just like, yeah, that'll make you feel real good.
I honestly think it's that.
To see his dad come in and shame you.
I think it's that. It's like, rubbing your opponent's face in it.
Like, from my understanding of Japanese culture, the prospect of being shamed by your betters, it happens more. Like us dumb Americans are like, whatever. Yeah. I hate my teachers. I hate my boss. Wow, whereas like I tend to see more of a respect, from just from being in Japan. I'm just observing businessmen around older businessmen and seeing them being like, no, he's in charge, no question.
Yeah.
That I bet that is just the worst. That if you're better, if your parental figure, if your boss came in and said, how dare you? You're the best. It's like, whoa, dude.
This kid is not your family.
My charge was almost level 70. That's good enough. I'm fine. Like, wow, I don't need to. Whew. So yeah, getting real.
I think the rival there, Jones, is to show you the wrong kind of Pokemon player. He constantly talks about, hey, I have the most powerful Pokemon. I've picked the most good ones. And like, I think it's implied that you're supposed to try all sorts of different Pokemon.
And not rush it, too. You got to everywhere before I did.
Yeah.
You were clearly like, it's no big deal, but you were clearly like in a big darn hurry to just, gobble this whole world up and all of your Pokemon knowledge.
Yeah.
But I just wrote down, Oak, what's up? Hall of Fame! That's all I wrote down.
Oh, okay.
You were shamed in front of your grandfather, and I was like, bye, Kyle!
Yeah. I was like, come on in here. Let me show you something. I love this walk through the Hall of Fame.
And in caps, the end. It literally says the end.
Yeah.
54 hours and 52 minutes.
Wow, cool. Credits.
So that's an RPG right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a long time. And then, poof, I'm in Pallet Town.
So you thought, okay, I guess you're used to games where you reload your save to see what happens.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm going to go straight to continue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm used to games where I reload. Yeah, maybe you'll do something. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know straight where I'm going. Yeah, thanks for the Earth badge, Giovanni. And yeah, Elite Four, thanks for like a moderate challenge. And sure, Kyle, thank you for the surprise of talking out my Charizard. I have a cave to go to.
Yes.
I have a guy that I was hoping to boot out of the way, but he just vanishes.
He's just gone for some reason, yeah.
But if Professor Oak made it all the way over to the Pokemon League to congratulate you, and then in turn congratulate me on becoming Pokemon champion, my mom is gonna lose her mind.
Oh no.
I'm a Pokemon champion, Kyle.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
My mom was so concerned about me going out and catching Pokemon that she healed me at home. Where does she have that technology? How can she do that?
Yeah.
I have to put my Pokemon into a machine other places where she could just do it at the table. The power of my mom's love will sustain me through anything. Mom, I'm a Pokemon champion. She doesn't care.
No. Nobody does. Nobody in that entire world cares that you're champion.
Which maybe is a tall order. Some games don't even let you go back into the world. Some games like your credits, you're over. You can't even access your save. You're done.
Yeah.
Your save is the credits now. Why would you want to play more of this RPG? What are you, nuts? You beat the world. You saved the day. You destroyed evil. You're finished.
Yeah, I get it. I would love.
That's one of that's one of the things that I love. That's why Final Fantasy VI is one of my favorite RPGs, because by all means, get back in there, go places. Stuff changed. You know, like. You changed the world to the better. The end credits, your airship will fly over areas that you're like, that tree is growing, yeah. It's like you see the effect that you had. So I'm like, okay, maybe some things. I'm Team Rocket left. As far as I'm concerned, corrections music, but like, as far as I remember, like some things changed after I whooped Team Rocket for the first time. But okay, thanks, Mom. Well, I guess heal me for a second. I gotta fly.
Yeah.
To the Cerulean Cave.
By the way, heal. You're just taking a rest. You're all sleeping.
Yeah, but I guess when Pokemon sleep, why don't I sleep in the cave? Why don't I just grab a rock and just curl up?
That's not safe. That's not safe. You could get attacked.
Why don't I sleep right outside of the entrance of the cave? Will I get mugged? Do I need to be in a building?
The only other time you sleep in a bed. Remember at Silphco when it was getting taken over?
That's right. Yeah. When he offers us right over here, just sleep there. I'll watch out. Maybe I need someone to watch out.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I need. I need a buddy. I need a sleep buddy.
You're right, because any Pokemon trainer, even if you're sleeping outside of a cave, could come and like
I'll just
kick
wake
you and take your stuff.
Johnny's gone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him. This cruel world. Cerulean Cave. Let's do this.
Yes.
Cerulean Cave.
The ultimate challenge.
Kyle, I want you to guess the first Pokemon I catch in Cerulean Cave.
The first Pokemon you catch in Cerulean Cave is, it's a Magneton.
I've already caught a Magneton. I caught that in the at the factory
plant.
at the power plant.
I give up.
Chansey.
Chansey's in there?
First Pokemon I
did not know
that pops
Chansey's
up.
in there.
First Pokemon. I walk
Cool.
in. I in the wild find 2 Chanseys.
Nice.
I did not catch the other one.
Yeah.
But I catch myself a Chansey.
Was it hard?
Freaking out. No, not so much. I don't think any of these.
The only tricky part is it does rest, I think, or it heals itself while you're trying to fight
one of them was tough.
Yeah.
One of them was one of the most epic catches I've ever done in my life. That was
Cool.
just so, it was like, yes, when I catch. I mean, it's always gratifying when you catch it, but I mean, this was all or nothing. This was like, if this doesn't work, oh boy.
Yeah.
I catch a Chansey. Look
What
at
do you
that.
name your Chansey?
I named my Chansey Sarah, and I named my Chansey Sarah because I couldn't get out of my head. Luck Be a Lady. So I love Guys and Dolls. I was Sky Masterson when I was in high school.
Okay.
And so Chansey to me, it's called Chansey.
Yeah.
It's this thing you're
a lucky
never
Pokemon.
gonna do this.
Yeah.
Even if you find it, you're never gonna catch it. And I did. And I couldn't stop thinking of Sky Masterson. They call you Lady Luck. And his love, the Luck Be a Lady. The lady is Sarah Brown. That's the character's name. So
Cool.
I was like, Chansey, you're my Sarah Brown. I don't know if I'm
cool.
ever going to use you. I'm tempted to drop that TM and see how that heal works.
Soft boiled.
Now that I got Chansey soft boiled.
Yeah.
That sounds like the least this'll heal someone else spell I've ever heard from an
Soft
RPG.
boiled.
Soft boiled.
Gross.
Any concerns I had with how this game is wrapping up are just completely gone because one unbelievably awesome Pokemon is popping up one after the other, and I am catching
There's
every
some good
single
stuff
one
in
of
that
them.
cave.
I catch a Kadabra, which
Ooh,
I named
nice.
Copperfield.
Oh, great.
I catch a Marowak, which I named Bonesaw.
Ooh, nice.
Bonesaw McGraw is the wrestler that Spider-Man fights in his first outing as Spider-Man. I catch a Hypno, which I named Case. I do not know Mr. Case's first name, but he is one of the famous historical psychics.
Okay.
That was actually not screwing around. History is still trying to figure out how the heck he predicted all the crazy things he did.
Ooh. I gotta Google this guy.
I caught a Dodrio, and my Doduo never evolved, which I named D-Dum. So
Yeah.
I named my Dodrio Treedum.
Nice.
Which I know you'd say, well, wouldn't it be 3-Dum? No, because they changed the letters in Pokemon. They like to tweak a little, add a little Z there, take that little consonant out, put that vowel over there. So
Yeah.
I did the same.
Don't be defensive about your names. They're great.
I caught an Arbok,
Yes.
which I named Salazar, after Salazar Slytherin, the person who created Slytherin House, and obviously loved them snakes.
Yeah.
And I have one of the most epic fights I've ever had with a Pokemon trying to catch it with a Rhydon.
With a Rhydon.
There's one of those things where you do an attack and it takes away a quarter.
Yeah.
And then you do it again and it takes away half. Or it takes away another quarter. And then another quarter. You're like, is this going to kill it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't have anybody on me that if I throw out like Toxie or Cleo, this Rhydon's going to whoop him. Because this Rhydon's like 48 something, like 50, maybe 50s even.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh no, let me just try this one more time. I hit him. It gets him all the way down to, I can barely see his health. It's like not even there.
It's not a pixel.
And he gets burnt.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh no!
Yeah.
So like literally the next turn, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like he's out. He's knocked. He's fainted. I'm like, Let me see if I can do it. I go into my inventory. I have a Ultra Ball.
Okay.
Luck be a lady. I get him.
Nice.
If I've only one ball in my inventory, and if I don't catch him now, he's dead.
Yeah.
Even if I have another ball or can do something like that.
He should be Sarah. What did you name him?
And I got him. I named my Rhydon Colossus.
Oh, great.
After the X-Men, because he's just a big, tall, come at me, bro, kind of guy. And that was, I mean, just that alone, that one fight, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. And I'm totally out of items. Okay, let me just go back. Let me see if I can get to the bottom of this crazy cave and see what else I can find. I go back, I restock, I get more balls. I think I had 12 balls. I get more potions. Cool. I get a couple of repels in case I need them. I get max repels from Cinnabar Island.
You ever buy revives?
I have like max. I have a lot of revives that I've picked up.
Okay.
And it's tricky because they're all different types of revives. So it's like they just kind of they just junk up the inventory.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hopefully cleaning up that inventory in Pokemon Sun.
You're gonna love it.
And then I go back in.
Yeah.
And I go past all of the. Are there any trainers in there?
Heck yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I go past all the trainers that I've fought. I go by everybody else.
Which I guess makes no sense, huh? Then they're all previous champions.
Yeah, what are you doing here? And they're not that
I might be
great.
Wrong. There might be no. Trainers
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah,
okay,
I think it's
totally
just.
wrong.
I think it's just Pokemon. But there's a lot of traders on Victory Road.
Yeah,
and we never really talked about them too.
The cool trainers.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird that you like see a trainer and they're like, "What's up? I'm going up this Victory Road." It's like, doesn't look like it. Looks like you're just hanging out here with this gal over here, who I also beat.
Yeah.
Just gonna hang out here?
They're grinding.
Okay. So going up Victory Road doesn't mean like I'm hiking. It means I'm trying to get up there. I'm not ready for the Elite Four.
There are some NPCs who talk to you on Victory Road who are like, I don't think I'm gonna make it, dude. This is crazy. I love that. I love some of the speech.
Well, what's the other thing too is what if one of them does? What if there's another Jones and they get up there and they beat the Elite Four and they're like, well, no, you're technically a champion because Jones is champion, and they're like, oh, cool, where's Jones? And like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, man. That part makes no sense.
I think he said something about going to the Cerulean Cave. I don't know. He might be in there. See if you can find him.
There, yeah.
Oh, okay, but will he admit it if I beat him? Can I challenge him there, or does he have to come back to the league and we do that here?
Yeah, he has to come back here.
Or something. Yeah, it's like, do they give me a pager? Like, oh man, another guy beat the Elite Four. I'll be, it's nice to see you guys.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't enter your information in that computer we have in the back.
I gotta leave Cerulean Cave.
Yeah.
I can put my notes down because I only have one more word with an exclamation point following at the end of these notes. I get down to this cave, and I get to the end.
Yeah.
And there's a Pokemon. And I think to myself, wait a minute. Is there a bunch of Pokemon in this area that I haven't caught? Am I like in the bottom level and there's like a bunch? Is this like the Elite Four of Pokemon?
Yes.
And I go back a little bit. I swear, all roads in this cave lead to this. Nay, the game itself has led to this moment. I walk up to this thing, which is the same pixel as like Charmander. So like I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know what this is.
What could this thing be?
And I talk to it.
Yeah.
And it says Mew. And I go, oh my god, it's Mew!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fight Mew.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting Mew. Where the hell's that Mew? Somebody's gotta do a pop fiction about that. Is Mew in that game? I need to know.
Yeah.
This isn't Mew, this is Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Did Mewtwo kill its mother? What's going on? Why are you in this cave? What are you doing at the bottom of this cave, Mewtwo? Well, I gotta catch you, Mewtwo.
Oh no.
Spoiler alert. No, doesn't happen. My save file right now is staring at Mewtwo with 12 Ultra Balls, which I threw every single one. I got Mewtwo down to barely recognizable health. I mean, just a toothpick of health.
But then he does recover.
It didn't do it to me.
Oh, okay.
Didn't do it to me after I threw 12 Ultra Balls at it. And didn't only like, oh, I catch it and it broke out. They missed. Every single one missed.
Oh my god.
Every single one.
Yeah.
I exhausted my inventory of balls.
Yeah.
And then just like ran from the battle. Or I think I just turned the game off. Because I had saved it right before I fought him. So I just kind of like turned the game off and had a moment of careful reflection where I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing some. Maybe this is the ultimate test. You know, like this is like, do you want this guy? You don't even know what the heck is going on with this crazy Pokemon.
Yeah.
You've already had a little bit of Spencer Mansion context to build up to obviously understanding that this is so strong that it destroyed an entire building and left it only for the burglars to pick it clean.
Yeah.
And potentially murdered scientists that were researching it.
Yeah.
And for some reason just is like Sasquatch just hiding out at the bottom of this cave, just terrified at the world.
I think he's destroying other Pokemon down there. I think he's defeating them.
Because it doesn't know what else to do.
He's just training. All Pokemon love to battle.
Oh, so he's even getting stronger.
Yeah.
And not only that, level 70.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Sparky and Johnny are up there, but 70 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that was intimidating by itself. So like getting it into catchable state was not the issue. And my Toxie's like 30, so I'm like I'm not even bringing Toxie out. Toxie's not gonna.
But
I think you one shot at Toxie.
It's gonna need some status effect to catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another challenge all unto itself, and not necessarily one that I need to do before I stop playing Pokemon Red for now.
Mm-hmm.
It is on my 3DS. It is not a cartridge I'm going to lose unless I run out of space. It's probably in there.
Jones, my advice to you, adult to adult, would be to use your Master Ball.
That is what I didn't do. That is, and I don't have dig on me right now, and I don't have any escape ropes, and I got a lot of money, so I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I can survive getting out of this place, but it's just gonna take a while, and I just like a deer in headlights. I just kind of stopped there, like whoa.
It's possible to catch with an Ultra Ball, but at that point you're doing it for the challenge.
But the question is, the thing that is confusing gameplay wise is it's telling me I missed. So that doesn't seem like a ball thing. That seems like a Jones thing. That's like doesn't matter what ball you threw at it. The ball didn't even hit it.
Yeah. It's just a very low percentage. And more shakes are like you're getting closer to catching it.
Yeah, because when it the one thing that I do like is they're like, oh, it seemed like you almost caught that. It's like, oh well, I'm gonna have to throw another one out because it seems like something went wrong, but it's
with
possible.
Mewtwo, it's like, no, you whiffed, bud.
You didn't even come close. I just picture him. Just like smacking the balls out of the way.
And you're kind of shaking, you're kind of intimidated by it, and you're just kind of throwing it off. Yeah.
There's nobody around. It's not like a trainer that's just like on the sidelines. Like, there's nobody outside the building waiting for me to do it. This is between me and Mewtwo at the bottom of this cave. Yeah. Nobody else is here.
Yeah.
Crazy and interesting, way better than Giovanni. Here's this Pokemon that is. I mean, context was given for what Mewtwo is, or kind of how Mewtwo came into being. But I've you kind of have your guess of like why he's in this cave. But like, just kind of stumbling upon this thing was better than actually having a setup for the Giovanni fight.
Sure.
That meant more to me.
Yeah.
And felt tougher. Felt. More of a true test of all of the skills that I've developed so far.
That's interesting.
Love, even though I didn't finish Final Fantasy 13, but my friend Todd's a big Final Fantasy fan. One of his big, things that really pissed him off about 13 was that like there is a story segment that there's an area you can't even get to until you beat the game. And then it's like, well, now go here, and it's like, why? To do what? To build up for what? What challenge? Here's Mewtwo. That's a challenge, you know. Like, so the game does have this extra thing where it's like, oh, this is only for Pokemon champions. And I had the question last week, like, well, why do I want better Pokemon if there's no one to beat?
Yeah.
Well, there is potentially someone to beat. The guy in the entrance might not have known that. He might not have known Mewtwo was down there. No one might know Mewtwo is down here.
Yeah, he did not know.
And so that's interesting. I think there's a lot of things that are mysterious about this game, for intentional or otherwise. And it's really interesting that like. It's a bummer that I'm 120% positive that even if I catch Mewtwo and then go fight some trainer I haven't fought and throw Mewtwo out, it would be so great if the trainer was like, what? After the fight was like, what the hell was that?
I'm going to call the police.
You
can't have that Pokemon. Yeah.
That would be super great, but I doubt it. But still, I mean, it's a fun way to end. Like the Elite Four were set up. And I think structurally were placed, the progression was interesting, but the battles themselves didn't necessarily excite me. Giovanni just sucked from all angles. Mm-hmm. But I really like that my Pokemon experience ended here. For now, with the show, as far as me explaining to you my progression through the story, my learning, my discovering, all of it. There's nothing left to discover, basically, outside of maybe that one type of Pokemon I missed in some area or something.
You're pretty good, though. You're pretty
There
set.
it is. There's Brandon's experience through the story, through the campaign of Pokemon Red.
Yeah. Next week we go macro.
Next week, I want to talk about just some general concepts kind of looking back, maybe get a little more into Team Rocket. Maybe getting into just some types, kind of telling like why do they call them normal, like maybe just talking about some other battle things.
Jones, that one
maybe
of the
maybe some
things,
items and some inventory stuff.
One of the things I love is we went to Lieutenant Surge and he said I used to be in the war.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I can't wait to hear more about the war.
Yeah.
And I just had to smile and nod. There's nothing more about that war.
But we can get into we talked a little bit about what that war would mean. I thought that was
Yeah.
going to lead up like to the ending and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Another thing I haven't done that I might get to do if I'm just like walking around catching Pokemon in San Diego this week is rewatch all of the Brandon Plays Pokemon.
That's 9 hours, Jones.
It's good though. Well, on fast speed, on double speed, on the YouTube there. And I'm sure we will have some closure next week and kind of talking about some grand concepts and of course doing our battle, which we need to do.
Yeah.
Because we talk about that really quick.
Okay, what?
So, I feel like I obviously need to win this.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning, supposedly, going into this. We talked about how some of my Pokemon are super high level. I don't know what level your Pokemon are at.
They're not close to yours.
You say that, Kyle, but we just took you to trial because you love to troll, you love to lie, you love to tweak, you love to twist.
I can show you right now. I think they're like level 55. I think my highest is level 55.
55. Okay, all right.
They're not looking good. I think they're more balanced than you are, though.
Should I have concerns about this fight? Should I bring it up now before we do the fight next week?
Absolutely. Let's settle this now.
Well, if I lose, that just kind of poops the whole thing, doesn't it?
No.
What if I lose, Kyle? What if I lose? And then these people watch this entire thing, and it ends with me losing? We just talked about Evo. It ends with, what's the guy who lost the Smash Brothers?
Armada. He was hurt.
Am I just gonna?
Hurt
That's the end of Brandon Plays
Armada.
Pokemon. Be like, well, I guess that's it. I guess that's what I learned. Nothing. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Look at this. I got level 39, 47,
Well, so
43, 45.
Right. Well, so I don't feel good about that either. If Johnny just comes storming in and I have the same battle with you that I had with, Lorelei and Bruno and Agatha and Lance, where like, yeah, I guess I'm learning a thing or two there. You threw out some Pokemon I wasn't familiar with, but I wasn't challenged. Is that gratifying? Is that the crunch that we want for this entire series?
So I don't remember this, Jones. I'm positive this happens later on. You can have battles where all of your Pokemon are leveled up to level 100.
Okay.
So you would have a team full of 100s. I would have a team full of 100s. And it's not really exactly what you would be at level 100.
In current Pokemon games, but not Red.
I think Red might have it.
Oh.
I think Red might have it. We'll have to see. We'll have to link up and see.
Well, you're just such a smug bastard that, like, I think I just picture you losing and being like, well, I'm a good trainer. And I see you winning and being like, well, I'm a good trainer.
Why would it be smug if I lost to you?
Because you created a monster.
Oh. No, that would...
Because look how good you educated me.
Yeah.
I'm so good now. You're like a Jedi Master at Pokemon.
It became clear to me, I think by week 2, Jones, that you were going to win this fight with the way that you were leveling up Johnny. When Johnny had no problems... No, it was the third episode, because Cerulean City you actually had a problem with Misty.
Yeah,
Johnny
for sure.
got
Yeah,
wrecked.
Misty that was wonderful.
Yeah, but then the third week, and then beyond that, you just... nothing could stop Johnny. I feel like I failed to teach you anything, really. If anything, you've just learned that Charizard wins.
But so it just, this battle seemed like the absolute natural outcome of everything that we're doing on the show. But then now as we're actually getting closer to it, I'm like, every outcome seems tainted in some way.
No, I think you'll win. I think you'll win the fight.
What do you think? I don't know.
Do you want to tell us? Do you want to
I
ask
just
them
don't know of anything.
If you think we should not have the battle?
No, we need to have. We're battling, Kyle.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah.
You've been my rival this entire time.
Yes.
We're battling. Your Blastoise knocked out Charmander. I don't think you have a Blastoise in that crew.
I do not have a Blastoise. No.
No, we have to battle. I mean, that's just the way it is. But just so understanding, I just don't want to disappoint people. And I guess that is something that I could, not to get a little emotional here. But I really want to thank everybody. I'm gonna thank you, of course, for all of your help. We can get into that next week. I'll talk about you next week. I'll save that.
Okay.
But I just want to thank everybody that's watching this, that's sending presents, that just, what a wonderful thing this show has grown into. What a wonderful response we've gotten from this, and it really is unusual. It's like I get a lot of pats on the back, and I get a lot of thanks, and even 10 years after I produce a retrospective, people are like, I still go back and watch that. It's like, I hope you did, because I spent 400 hours working on that thing.
Yeah.
This is just I'm loving this game. I love these chats that we have. People love it. It just seems like a win on all fronts. This became such a there were so many more reactions from this, so much more potent than anything I could have ever possibly imagined.
Yeah.
And it is just proof that Pokemon fans are awesome, that our allies are awesome around the world, and this is just such a great opportunity, to play this game and you love to tease us doing more things like this in the future. We might attempt to capture this lightning in a bottle again, but I don't think it's going to be.
It's like Pokemon Go, man.
I don't think it's going to be at this Raichu level,
right?
At this Sparky level.
It's like Pokemon Go, where it's like you can switch things out, but no, that's the perfect version of what that is. I think this might be the perfect version of what this is.
You are the perfect version of a YouTube audience. And we love you, and I'm sorry that you have to watch Mommy and Daddy fight next week, but
no, it'll be
we got to have it out.
This is the thing, Jones.
You're giving me another week to level up Johnny, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous about.
Although
that.
I'm not. I'm probably going to spend up time leveling up the other people and getting dropping some TMs in there. I'm probably going to TM juggle.
Oh,
That's probably going to be the trickiest
TM
thing.
Up for sure.
I'm going to go back on the notes you gave me.
Yeah.
You told me how to orchestrate your own destruction. Hopefully we see that destruction next week. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you then.